Yeah, I'm going to be using this picture probably one or two times in the next couple of stories because they relate to my time spent in the orphanage. Um, how did I end up in the orphanage? Well, I ended up in the orphanage at age 10. And the situation was this, and I didn't know this at the time, but Mrs. Morris was dying with cancer. And she wanted to find a solution whereby she could have me either move it as another foster child for somebody else. And what she did is she met with the Children's Aid and they came up with a scheme to actually, they thought it would be good if they could get me to join my brother in the Halifax Protestant Orphanage. And also she was concerned about that she didn't want to leave the responsibility to a foster child to any of her daughters at that particular time. Anyway, the way it worked was they took me down for a quick checkup, and then the ladies from the Children's Aid said, well, how would you like to meet your brother? And I said, oh, yeah, well, okay, I've got a brother. Sure, it sounds good to me. So she drove me down to the orphanage, and when we arrived, we found out that my brother wasn't at the orphanage. He happened to be up the street at the church. So we went up to the church, and my brother was playing basketball in the basement. And there was a break in the game, and the lady from the Children's Aid called him over, introduced us, and then Lori went back to play after the game was over. She took us both back to the orphanage, and Laurie, had spent all his life in the orphanage, so he knew it very well. So he gave me a little tour of the place and showed me what was going on there. Of course, there was lots of children and lots of slides. There was a pool at that time at the back, but the whole area was totally fenced in. And so that's sort of just how I got there. Around 7 o'clock at night, cab came, picked me up, and took me back to Mrs. Morris's house on Oak Street. And let me go and pull up another presentation with the same slide now.